Hey, what's up? Happy Friday. Oh man, it is another week, and we have like what, 2 weeks of school left? That's insane. Oh, I'm not ready. Um, Hopefully you guys are though, because I know it's not been the greatest, but we're learning, and hopefully if this happens again next year, which we don't know yet, we'll have an idea of what to do. Um, District doesn't really know what's actually happening for like the last week of school or like how next year is gonna work out. So until then, just chill, wait it out. It's totally okay to stress. Like I've been stressing a lot over this, and that's totally normal because a pandemic is not what happens usually most of the time. So yeah, as long as you guys are like healthy and drinking water, you're good to go. Even if you're not, enjoying this. So how are you guys doing? If anyone's actually here. I don't know if anyone's here. Can you guys even hear me? I don't know. If you guys can hear me, say something. If there's anyone watching, I don't know. It's a Friday, so like if you're just chilling or like not even here, that's fine too. I upload all of these onto YouTube so that they get saved, and I should like post the YouTube link later at some point. Glub. Let's try to fix this. So there we go. Okay, awesome. I've always gotta change around settings so that they actually work. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Okay, there we go. Well, hope everyone's been doing fine. My week's been pretty plain. Not much has really happened. I was involved in recording some stuff for tomorrow, actually. So I'm gonna pull up the site link because I think it's really cool. I'm gonna lower the music slightly. There we go. That should fix everything. Yeah, so besides doing school stuff, really it's just grading and making sure you guys actually check into the what do you call it, the check-in form. I haven't really done much outside of that. But I am getting ready for this big thing tomorrow. If I can just pull it up right, and let's see if I can pull up nothing sus on my end. So I don't know what this may be connected to. There we go. Okay, so that's Google Classroom, and that's cool, but I don't want that window. Let's change that to something else. Alright, there we go, that's better. Okay, so, because of all of this happening, we have to do a virtual commencement for, well, not us, we're fine. We actually have an in-person graduation, so we're pretty lucky for the 2020 grads. But for a lot of people, they can't do that because it's insane with all of this. So people have to graduate like online through like Zoom. I know U of H, University of Houston, they have to do like an online graduation thing, I think, from what I've heard. But a group is doing what is known as Graduate Together, which is this prime time, national broadcast happening tomorrow. And one day, 7 hours, 51 minutes, and whatever many seconds. So, okay, again, this is a 1 hour primetime special, and it's going to air on ABC, CBS, Fox, NBC, YouTube, TikTok, any streaming site. And I might drop the YouTube stream link later tomorrow, but it's going to be at 7 p.m. for us. And it will have a lot of cool people, like President Barack Obama, the Jonas Brothers, Pharrell Williams, her, a lot of famous singers and people. and you might see me because I was involved in it. I'm not gonna say how specifically, but I might be there during the broadcast. And it might not even be me. Like you won't see my face maybe, but you'll know it's me. You'll know it's me when you see it. So I think it's really cool. I worked with some cool people from like LA and Washington to make stuff. So I am just like advertising and shilling this as hard as I can because I thought it was really cool. And they even have like their own TikToks and Snapchats and Instagrams. I don't use like most of this stuff. I use Facebook because I'm old. But yeah, it's tomorrow. So check it out. And it's Graduate Together. I'm really excited. Okay. How are you guys doing though? Because I've not really heard from most of you guys. I get the Google check-in form, but it's not really a lot. It's like, how are you doing? Are you okay? Do you need help? Where did my webcam go? Yeah, you know, I see a couple of you guys that are watching. Oh, you might be just like having me in the background. That's cool too. Yeah, thank you, Batty. I think that's Paulina. Hope you're doing okay, Paulina. As I try to get my webcam to work again. Okay, that's why this was hiding. There we go. Okay, let's see. Let's get that set up. So that Genuity, the usual stuff. You should be like going through it. It's not the best, okay? It's a lot of reading, a lot of listening to people talk, and they're not really as fun as me. But we're getting close to the end. We're like in East Asia and Southeast Asia, so man, almost done with the school year. Doesn't feel like it. It feels like school either ended a long time ago or we've been stuck in it. But it's almost over. But if you don't like to do Genuity, that's totally fine. That's why you're here. Playing video games too much because I don't have anything to do. You know what? Me too. That's a mood. That's a heavy mood. I've been playing Valorant, which is that new game by the League of Legends people, and it's pretty popular. And I'm having a lot of fun with it, even though I'm super bad at like shooting games. But yeah, no, it's a good time. Let's actually really quick switch over to Google Classroom, because that's what I mainly use to keep in touch with you guys. And I do like daily things of, you know, saying hey do the thing, do the check-in. So this week we've had about, let's see, 61 responses. That's pretty good. What's my League user? I have not played League since, I want to say, 2014. I kind of just stopped really enjoying the game, especially with how toxic people can be online. Like, they'll say a lot of mean things to you, and it's not always the best thing, you know. Yeah, so we're gonna be done with online classes in about 2 weeks. May 28th, I think, is the final day of school. So after that, it's summer school. And I might teach summer school this year because, like, I get to do it from home, and I get paid a lot. Like, summer school pays teachers really well. But the hard part is, like, making an entire semester of stuff fit into 12 days, and that's, like, a lot of work. But I would take that if it means working from home. What's my Valorant user? I'm not giving you my Valorant account. No. I'm trying really hard to like not show off my usernames or anything. Just to be on the safe side. So I can't play with you guys or anything. There was a teacher in, I think, Austin, Texas, who played Fortnite with their students like 2 years ago, and then the school found out and fired them because it was very unprofessional. And to be fair, maybe he deserves it for playing Fortnite. I don't know. Anyways, so let's see. So this week was like the same as always. Period. What's up? What are you using to learn? This is just me knowing exactly like what you're using to continue, and it's mainly Edgenuity. If you're able to fill out this form, that means you probably have internet access, so you're probably going to use Edgenuity. Are you turning stuff in? Mainly, yes. Do you need anything? A strawberry banana smoothie from Dunkin' Donuts, twice. Food, that's a mood. In terms of school, no, nope, nah, no thank you, none. For this to be over, yes, no more work, no thanks, no gracias, IDK, gum. Okay. Chick-fil-A, basketball, nah, I'm just vibing. I did my week 7, but there was no grade. So for grades and stuff, always check Google Classroom, because I'll submit the grades on there, and you should see a grade. If there's no grade, that means I haven't gotten to it yet, but everything should have a grade. Double check with Gradebook that it's also in there, because I can't like export the grades over the Gradebook directly. You have to like manually look at your Google Classroom grade and then type it into Gradebook, and then go back and repeat for like 70 other students. So I am bound to mess up or like miss a person. So if you're missing a grade on Gradebook that's already in Google Classroom, tell me. So besides that, everyone's doing relatively okay. If you're answering, you're probably doing okay. What is the funny joke? So let's see what people put in this week. My brain hurts. Oh, I feel that. And hi Kalia. Have I played PUBG before? I have played a little bit of it. I'm not too big of a fan of shooting games. I'm really bad because I'm very old, so my like hand-eye coordination is just awful. I'm trying to make it so I have a really good way to see the chat, because I can't see it from my laptop. I have to see it from a different screen. Yeah, Fortnite's for kids, but it's pretty popular, and apparently kids like Travis Scott. So, you know. Okay, so funny jokes. IDK, I don't have one. Back to the Future, where am I? When am I? The Clumps, yo mama so big her blood type is Rocky Road. Okay, those are movie references. I don't think it's appropriate to tell. I would tell you a chemistry joke, but nah. Because that's Na is sodium and H is hydrogen, so it spells out nah. Get it? Me, I am also a joke, it is okay. I'm not good with jokes. What do you call a fake pasta? An impasta. Why couldn't the toilet paper cross the road? Because it got stuck in a crack. And then someone else did the same thing, but tissue paper. Hey, I don't think tissue paper doesn't go. It goes in your nose. So I don't know about that. I don't know about that joke, bro. My simp life. Okay. I can't remember any. Sorry, I only know offensive jokes. IDLY. I don't know what that stands for. I don't love you. That's fine. You don't have to love me, but I love all of you guys. Don't know one. I don't know one. Why do we tell actors to break a leg? Because every play has a cast. Like it. You, no hard feelings. I am a joke. Thank you. Only one I can think of isn't appropriate. Yo mama's so fat, all bugs gonna come out the what? Your mom is so fat that all the bugs come out of the walls? I don't get it. How come there is no Zoom meeting on Monday? There was a Zoom meeting on Monday. It is just that unless I have at least 2 people, I cannot start the meeting, because I'm not allowed to have that one-on-one confrontation. That's why I like Twitch, because it's all public and I can just start off, and if no one shows up, that's fine. If one person shows up, that's fine. But with Zoom, you know, it's like a risk to me. It's like how teachers are not supposed to have their doors closed after school if there's like a student inside, because we gotta know what's happening. We can't have any risks. So yeah, if you show up and like I don't let you in, that's because no one else showed up, and then there's just no meeting. So that is just how it be. Hey, Mr. Ton, quiz physical geography of the Middle East doesn't work. Also, music is too loud. Music's too loud. Okay. Let's see if I can just tone that down. Okay, yes, I see the problem. Okay, is that better? Is it better now? I'm also gonna increase the mic a little bit because my mic doesn't pick up too well. So now it should be a little bit better. Okay, yeah, I have to do a lot of settings when I stream, and it's very confusing, but I'm getting used to it. Okay. Okay, you guys have a lot of non-school appropriate jokes. That kid looked like Gon from Hunter x Hunter for a second. Oh, the kid in the lo-fi video. Yeah, I just have that there. I don't know, I like having lo-fi in the background. What do you call an octopus in the Navy? Well armed. What do you call a small mother? A mini mum. I like that one meme recently of people making fun of British accents. It's like, are you stupid? And it's really funny, and like British people get really upset, but it's all in fun. What's the best thing about Switzerland? I don't know, but the flag is a big plus. If you guys didn't know, the flag of Switzerland is a big plus sign. Yeah, the octopus one was great. I love it. And I just noticed that the chat is actually cut off, and it is hard to okay, here we go. Life is a joke, so you have to laugh, you know? Life is fun. Interior crocodile, alligator. I drive a Chevrolet movie theater. That's a song. An Irish man walks out of a bar. Sometimes they do that. Yo, mama's so fat when she set the chair break. I think it's better because the grammar isn't like completely correct, so it's even more funny. This is a YouTube link. I'm pretty sure this is a Rickroll, so I'm not gonna play that because I definitely know it's a Rickroll. Did you hear about the claustrophobic astronaut? He just needed a little space. 2020 is a big joke, but it's still going. We don't know what the next joke is. We've had like what? January was World War III. February was like Australia was all on fire. March was coronavirus. April was more coronavirus, and they found like UFOs. May, I don't know what May's been going through. Just more coronavirus. Mr. Tan, I bought a large anime boy body pillow, and I am very proud that I used up all of my money. Oh. 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 Oh, Natalie. Which anime boy was it? I have to know. He bought a Takimakura, just like those big old body pillows. Oh yeah, the hornets, the Asian hornets, the giant ones, and they call them murder hornets. Spiders in Houston? I'm sorry, what? Can you specify that spiders in Houston part? Because I do not know what you mean by spiders in Houston, and I am terrified. Selected from an anime I would not say. I mean, if I just type in the guy's name and anime, getting a lot of my neighbor Totoro. Well, that's not it. Okay, K Project, maybe that's it. Yeah, that's an anime boy. Okay. Well, congrats on your purchase. That's really cool. What are flying spiders, and should we expect to see them in what? Flying spiders? Excuse me. Oh, okay. Okay, that's cool. Cool. Well, it's a good thing we're not going outside. So let's keep it that way. Alright, back to... Where was I? Desktop. There we go. Okay, I'm the least funny person you know. That is not true. I know a lot of unfunny people, and they're usually grown-ups. That's just what happens to us when we get old. I'm not a joke person, especially right now. That's fair. Where are average things manufactured? The satisfactory. Okay. So let's go over some stuff. You know, instead of doing Edgenuity, I thought it would be a bit more fun if we went through some other stuff that I've made last year, because we're technically in like East Asia. Am I going to be a world geography teacher next year? I don't know. Depends on what happens. A lot of stuff's being moved. A lot of teachers are getting moved. So I don't know yet. Doesn't it rain spiders in Australia? Yeah, in Australia they have like spider webs like in the sky everywhere. There are like videos and photos, and it's like terrifying. I hate spiders. I'm not a big fan of U.S. history. I enjoy being able to like talk about whatever. Like I can go be like, hey, let's talk about Venezuela or Zimbabwe or Japan. And the U.S. history, it's like, okay, the U.S. did this and the U.S. did that, and then we killed a bunch of people, and then, you know, it's the same thing. Well, U.S. history is fun, but not the part that gets taught in high school U.S. history. Because U.S. history focuses on, like, from the moment Columbus lands to, like, the very first presidents and like that early old time, and then it goes over, and then you go through slavery and all of that, and it's not fun to me until we get to like modern day. So like by the time like your grandparents were maybe like, or like when your parents were alive, or not when they were born, to like 1900s, like World War II, like after that point I would say that's probably where I would enjoy U.S. history, because then it gets a bit more contemporary, it gets a bit more relevant. But anyways, because I don't want to, you know, have to go over Edgenuity, I figured why not just go over the stuff I did last year. I was in charge of the East Asia unit last year. Made some PowerPoints, and we didn't update them because we didn't get to East Asia. Let's really quick switch to. Let's just have my face while I work on setting stuff up. Tell me about your day, because again, none of you guys have told me about your day, except for like Natalie and her body pillow, and that's cool. What room did I have last year? I had Mrs. Marine's room last year. That's the room that was like down the hall. I had the room that had no windows, so it was kind of like depressing. And so when we had a blackout, it would just get pitch black, and we would just sit in complete darkness. That was fun. Oh yeah, I have a beard. It was worse, and I got really sick of like having it be disgusting, so I had to trim it a bit. So it looks a bit better now, but I'm gonna try to make it a little bit better. I'm gonna maybe switch to something else. Let's see. Gonna make it fit the setting. So still lo-fi, but you know, a bit more Asian themed because we're going into East Asia. Alright, so now I'm gonna go back to this. I'm gonna add gonna do some magic here. And let's see if I can make this work. No, that's not it. Maybe I can't show you. You know, this just goes to show that I should probably like test stuff out before I actually do anything. But that's fine. I'm just gonna mess around a bit with some settings. No, that is not it. Alright, we're gonna do it the old-fashioned way. If we're not doing that. Which is, I'm just going to go straight to the PowerPoint itself. Okay, we're gonna break the illusion. This went crazy, even for my Teletubby. Oh right, you did have Teletubbies. I forgot about that. Well, I hope you know it gets all better. And you know, hopefully you and your friends make up too. I've just been sleeping at 5 a.m. because I draw too much. Wait, you can. Oh yeah, by the way, I really love your drawing that you did. I shared it on like my teacher Twitter, and it's really great. So thank you a lot. It's the best. But yeah, I would also stay up really late if I didn't have to like wake up at 8 a.m. to do responsibilities. So, let's see if I can get this to look a little bit nicer. Actually, if I full screen this, what happens? Alright. We got something here. We can make this work. We can absolutely make this work. I'm just gonna I just really love lo-fi hip hop. Like that's just me. Okay, there we go. Looks decent enough. You keep missing streams because they're at noon. Yeah, I can't stream Tuesday to Thursday because we only are allowed to stream at 9 a.m. for social studies. So I have a really bad time, and then Monday and Friday we can choose whatever time we want. But everyone does that, so like a lot of people have conflicting times for like Zoom meetings and everything. And then I don't want to stream too late in the day. I could do 1 p.m. next week. That might be better. But I don't want to go past 2 p.m. because then that's going into my personal time, and I don't know if the school would like let that happen. It was like when I was streaming with other teachers, I could use that as an excuse for like something else. But if this is like an office hours thing, it should be between 9 and 2. Anyways, so let's talk about Culture today. Culture's rad as heck. And again, I'm super sad that I couldn't go to this in class because I bought like 200 chopsticks, and I was gonna like have us learn how to use chopsticks in class, and I was gonna be super rad. But then all of this happened, and now I have a bunch of chopsticks lying around in my house that I'm never gonna use because they're disposable ones, and I already have my own. So I'm just sitting with a crap ton of chopsticks. You know what? I will save them for next year. Hopefully, I'll remember to use them next year. Yeah, learning chopsticks is super fun. Why do Asians use chopsticks? It's a cultural thing. Um, it's like how Westerners used forks and spoons, and then in Asia they just learned how to use chopsticks. And I enjoy using chopsticks. They're fun. Anyways, so this would have been your warm up. Going over stuff of governments. Let's just really talk about governments really quick, because in the news we had a lot of talk about communist dictatorships. Everyone thought Kim Jong-un, dictator of North Korea, died, and that his sister was gonna take over, and that would have been crazy. But that didn't happen. No. He's okay apparently, so good for him. In a communist dictatorship, they're atheists, which means they don't believe in God. Because they believe that the leader is the supreme person. If they believed in a God, that would mean that there is someone above that supreme leader. And that's impossible. No one is better than Kim Jong-un. So that's good. Let's talk about China. Really quick, I want to see if you guys can figure this out. Can you tell me which language these sentences are in? And I'll give you a hint. Each sentence is a different language. So I'm gonna blow it up so it's a bit easier to see. If I can do it right. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna delete you and then go to this. Okay. There you go. So can you tell me what language these sentences are in? Okay, we got a guess here. Kalia says Chinese, Japanese, Korean, Japanese, Mandarin. Okay, Mandarin, that's interesting. Mandarin's a form of Chinese. I also just noticed the fonts are different because of the question marks. Okay. Well, it's going to be challenging to figure this out. So, are there any more guesses? No? Okay. Doesn't seem like everyone... Okay, so everyone said... At least this was a shared thing. Everyone said that the middle one was Japanese. So let's see. Quick guide on how to actually see what language a thing is in. Oh my gosh, this is so hard to move around. That's okay. That's okay. Bam. Okay, so you can tell it is Korean if the letters have a lot of circles or ovals and look very bubbly. There are a lot of straight lines. And it looks like the symbols are making faces at you. Oh, no. So, you can see how it's like circles and lines, basically. So, Korean is a very easy language compared to Japanese and Chinese. Chinese being based off of Chinese. And if you take a college course, Korean is one of the easiest languages to learn. Okay, and then the language is Japanese if it's very squiggly and cute. So let's go to Chinese real quick. Chinese is actually a lot more complex looking than Japanese. So Japanese is gonna look a bit more simple, very plain looking symbols. So if we go back now to the previous slide of all of this, the first one, you can notice that it has the circles and the lines, so that would be Korean. And then this middle one, I believe, is Japanese because it looks a lot more simpler. Now the line and the strokes are a bit more controlled compared to this, which is Chinese down here, and the symbols are a bit more complex. And I forgot what these all said because I put in the Google Translate and it just popped stuff out, but it's been like a year, so it's been a while. Okay, let's move on. The trade route that allowed Chinese people to trade with the Middle East and Europe. That was the Silk Road. The Silk Road was also a way that could have been used to pass a lot of diseases, because as people traveled back and forth, that would increase interaction. And so you would get a disease going from, say, China, going over to the Middle East and Europe, like the Black Plague, or, Wuhan. Yeah, Silk Road, you already knew that. Let's talk about China. China's culture, really cool. It's all red, like red stuff. China has a lot of people. Like, a lot. The number one, the biggest country in the world in terms of people. Like, 1.4 billion people. But they also all mainly live on the East Coast. Along the ocean. Because this part over here, where it's all yellow, that's because it's all desert and mountains, and no one wants to live there. It's kind of sucks. But China's big, like super populated. Your friend likes to text you in Korean, even though you don't understand. That's cool. That's nice. Does your friend actually know Korean, or do they just like randomly type stuff? Because I know some people who like pretend like they know Japanese, but they don't, because they just want to pretend to be Japanese, and it's kind of cringy. China's largest cities, we have Shanghai. Shanghai has 23 million people. In comparison, Houston, Texas, the 4th largest city in the U.S., we have about 4 million people. That means that Shanghai has about 6 times as many people as we do. And you know that Houston is like gigantic enough. That's wild. Hong Kong. Hong Kong used to be owned by the British. Used to be a colony. But then the British were like, alright, you guys get to move on out. And then Hong Kong's kind of special because they don't really act like China. They don't say they're from China. They say, we're from Hong Kong. And people from other places in China don't like Hong Kong because they're so different. I wonder if this video works. It's been like forever. Oh, okay. Let me just go and mute the music real quick, because this guy has some stuff to say about Hong Kong. Oh wait, I have to. I'm gonna just go and do that. Okay, back to this. Back to present. Bear with me. Oh, she's learning Korean. That's cool. That's good then.
More expensive to live in Hong Kong than anywhere in the world. Hong Kong has been ranked the least affordable housing market in the world 8 years in a row, and by a long shot. Housing prices are now almost 20 times more than annual income. That means that a household making $50,000 would, on average, be looking for a house that costs $980,000. And it's getting really bad. Hundreds of thousands of residents now squeeze into incredibly small apartments, most of them no bigger than a parking space. So these are cage homes, which basically fit one person and their belongings, and they basically stack these in a room in order to fit as many people as they can in the room. And yet the price per square foot for these smaller houses just keeps shooting up. I visited these homes to try to piece together an explanation for this trend, and to meet the people who are being squeezed by the world's...
So basically, the houses are like super, super, super expensive, but they're also kind of crappy. Like you saw a little bit about like the sizes of
in the U.S. is 120 square feet.
Yeah, so some rooms are about 75 square feet. In comparison, a parking spot is 120 square feet. So imagine living in a room that was like smaller than a parking spot. But it cost like if you were to live in LA or New York, or even more than that. It's insane. So what are some problems with overpopulation? We have these tiny, tiny cage houses. You have a lot of pollution. There are too many people. A lot of people, a lot of cars. A lot of cars, a lot of carbon. A lot of carbon dioxide means a lot of pollution, a lot of gas, and it looks like crap. Here we have a photo of China on a normal day, and then China when it's like after training, so it all clears up. But most of the time, it looks really bad. China has a lot of languages. It is the most spoken language, which is Chinese, followed by Spanish. Yeah. I bet you guys didn't know that Spanish was more spoken than English, because that's actually pretty interesting. A lot of religions. I would have talked a lot about the Muslims in China being discriminated against, but we'll save that for another day. Religion, Buddhism, Taoism today. They're communists, so they're often non-religious or superstitious. Censorship. We have freedom of speech. We can say whatever you want and put it on the internet, and we're usually fine. Just don't say stuff like "I want to murder the president," because then you would get arrested. But in China, it's a lot more strict. A lot of sites are not allowed. They actually banned Animal Crossing in China because people would use Animal Crossing to make fun of the president. So that's wild. Winnie the Pooh is also banned in China because they used to compare Winnie the Pooh to the president. And he got really upset. Yeah, it's a funny cartoon. Taiwan is a very small island off the coast, right down here, and it's a whole different topic, a different story. Basically, China says Taiwan is a part of China. Taiwan says we're our own country. And then, whenever anyone else talks about Taiwan, you have to choose a side. Either you say Taiwan is a part of China, or you call Taiwan its own country. And if you call Taiwan its own country, China gets really upset at you. Yeah. And then some others, notes and stuff. Not really much going on for that. Alright, let's try to move this back now. Maybe. Boy, this is hard. This is like super hard, and this is a learning process. That's fine. Basically, I just kind of want it looking decently and like that. Okay. Okay. So that's basically the culture of Taiwan. Just really quick, I want to talk about something interesting, and so I guess I actually have to redo the thing again. All right, so this is what I think is really cool, or not really cool, but like an interesting tidbit about China, North Korea, and all of that. Oh my goodness! Oh goody! I love trying to fix all of this. It's fine. This is fine. This is completely fine. Alright, bam. There we go. Alright. So, this is a major highway in China. And again, it's because of all the population. There's too many people. But, what I want you to know is two things. In Japan, Japan's population is shrinking. People are not having babies. They don't want to get married. They don't want to have kids. They want to play video games and go have a job and make a career. Why have kids if you can make money? Kids just use up your money. So you have a lot of single people in Japan. They don't want to date. They don't want to be in a relationship. That's just a culture. And what happens if you don't have babies? 1. In the future, that means you have less workers. 2, that means that your population is going to keep going down and down until you eventually just disappear. So what do they do in Japan? They have a lot of programs and policies, and they'll say like, hey, if you make a baby, we'll pay you. We will pay you right now to get pregnant. Okay? And they'll even give you a lot of stuff like a year of maternity leave and a lot of cool benefits. And the government has been pushing for Japanese people to make kids for a while now. And the opposite side, we have China. China's growing way too much, or it was growing way too much. So to stop that, they had a policy called the one-child policy, one-child law. And the one-child law is what it says. You can only have one kid per family. And that was how they tried to prevent the population from getting way too big, because too many people means not enough food to feed everyone, not enough houses or land. So what happens if you have too many babies? What if you pop one out and then have another one pop out a year later by accident? What do you do with the second one? Get rid of it. Either put it up for adoption, you abort it, or you kill it, or whatever. But you just can't have more than one kid. That was back then, 2015. Now it's a two-child policy. Yeah, so now you're able to have two kids. So if you had to like get rid of one kid in 2015, and then the next year after it was like two kids were fine. Oh well. But yeah, and again, this is just so that the population can kind of stay even. You don't want too few kids. You don't want too many people. So yeah, that's why we have a lot of kids who are adopted and then sent over to the U.S. who are actually Chinese. A lot of Americans who go to China to adopt. And so that's kind of the gist of it for population. And yeah, there we go. Yeah. And wow, today went by fast. We only have like a couple of minutes. Because I do want to honor your time and also my time. And I can't really go and stream for like hours on end because it's really exhausting. I don't get how people can stream for like 8 hours a day. I guess because they talk less than I have to. But if you were here today, you basically got enough info to fill out your weekly assignments. We've talked about population in China and Japan. We've talked about the culture. We've talked about, censorship, like your freedom of speech, all of that stuff. So if you were here today and you just put all that into like the Google Doc and submit it, bam, you're done. And it took a lot less time than having to go through Edgenuity. It was probably a bit more interesting than going to Edgenuity. Are there any questions or anything? Well, let's switch on over to, because we have some time left, let's try to do stuff. See if I can, there we go. Okay. Turn in on Monday, awesome. Yeah, the sooner you get it turned in, the easier, or like the less time, or like the less struggles you have. Like, why worry about an assignment when you just do it the day of? So you can go through, play some Mario. I'm gonna try to make these sound settings right, because I didn't test them beforehand, so they might be too loud, but let's try that now. Okay, so, some casual time, playing some Mario Brothers. I'm not too good at Mario. Playable mushroom, ooh, this sounds cool and interesting. After today, I'm probably gonna play some more Valorant if I have time. Ooh. So I'm playing as a mushroom. That's what they mean. Super Mario Bros. 2 is a super old game from like the 90s, and it's one of my favorites. It's very old and very fun. Do 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 do. probably play Zelda after this. Zelda's fun. I haven't seriously played Breath of the Wild in a while. Yeah, I just love music of games because they're very chiptune-y and fun. Ooh, actually, I think there's a new event for Tetris 99, which is like the Battle Royale for Tetris games. Oh man, I'm very bad at this. And I might give that a shot actually. I'm not good at Tetris, but I do enjoy, you know, playing events. Speaking of Zelda, I'm assuming you're saying like Breath of the Wild. It just released a gameplay trailer, I think yesterday, for the Ghost of Tsushima, which is a game for the PS4. It's about samurais and stuff, and it looks really cool. But it also reminds me a lot of Breath of the Wild. So I am like super excited for that. Okay, actually we're gonna go play some Tetris because I just remember there was an event, but I have not played Tetris in like forever. So do I even have it installed? Oh, Twilight Princess, also really good. I definitely enjoyed playing that. So I am awful at Tetris, but let me really quick. I'm gonna just make sure that let's switch to this real quick, just so I can change some settings and make sure that this doesn't show anything that I don't want to be shown. Because I don't know if it shows like my credit card info or anything. Just gotta make sure. Alright, we're good to go. Alright, so we've got an event. It is Animal Crossing themed. So, heck yeah. So, let's see. I have not played Tetris in a hot minute. So I'm not the best at it. I'm very bad. I'm not gonna win this at all. I've never won a single game in this. So how Tetris 99 works is that it's Tetris, but you play against 99 other people, or 98 other people, and as you clear stuff, you add junk to people's other games, and you just gotta survive. Okay. Okay, I gotta try not to die here. So it's just playing Animal Crossing music, and that's really cute. I love that. I can like choose who to attack. Hold on to that. Oh man, I am bad at this game. But that's fine. Oh my goodness. Please no. Yeah, and it plays like sounds from the game too. I think it's really cute. Oh, and I need a long block. I am in desperate need of a long block. There you go. This is fine. This is Totally fine. I should have done that. Oh my goodness. Oh, I've done and goofed it up. I have done and goofed up everything. I have definitely lost this game. Oh no, it's over. It is absolutely over now. This guy's gonna kill me, and there we go, that's it. I got, what is that, 68th, 69th? Okay, I got 69th, that's not too bad. It's not last place. Let me try that again, why not? So every time you finish a match, you get some points, and if you get to 100 points, you unlock the skin. So you'd get this Animal Crossing skin. And if you win, if you get first place, you just get all 100 points. So if you're good, you can just like play one game and that's it. But I'm not good. I actually have not played Animal Crossing in a very long time, or like not seriously in a long time. Just been kind of doing too much stuff. But I'll get back to it. I might like check around my town later. Just to make sure no one like leaves. Oh, I also just remembered. I'm not proud to say it, but I did get back into an MMO, which is a massive multiplayer online game. I got back into RuneScape, which I've not played since like 2005. But quarantine does things to you, so I'm spending a lot of time outside of school doing that, wasting valuable time. If I were younger, that would be fine. I wouldn't have to worry too much about spending time playing games, but now that I have a job, I have to like do things. So hopefully it does not consume my life. And I've already messed this up. Good job, me. Good job. But oh yeah, it's over. It's over. It is absolutely over. Yep, that's it. That's it. 58th place this time, though. So I'm getting up there. Maybe one day I'll get super good at Tetris and I can win. It'd be fine. And then this will be my last game for today, and then we can just head on out. So I do have a lot of paperwork to fill out today, and also maybe a lot of phone calls still. Which, by the way, if you know anyone that hasn't, like, said hi or done anything, please tell them to check up and say, like, hey, Mr. Ton's trying to find you. Please say something. Well, that is it. I gave it a shot, but sometimes just don't win them all. Alright, so I guess that's it for today. Thank you for coming. Thank you for showing up. If you showed up today, you know, I wish I could see more of you guys, but I get everyone's busy, and Friday's not the best time for anything, so I guess next week I can do... Yeah, I'll try to do 1 p.m. next week, see how that works out. Monday, I'll still has to be noon, because I do have a meeting at 1 o'clock on Monday. So, Zoom meeting on Monday at noon, and then Friday is 1 p.m. We'll do a stream. I can do something else, I don't know. But yeah, are there any questions or anything? If you can always ask me in Google Classroom or email me. But besides that, have a good day, make good choices, drink plenty of water, and don't do drugs. So bye.